Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to beautiful Green Bay, Wisconsin for the inaugural Women's World 8-Ball Championship being held right here at the ONEIDA Casino and Hotel. My name is Sean Denny. I will be on the call for this awesome B-side matchup between Caroline Powell and Ashley Benoit. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. We're going to get the lag going in just a moment. They're doing player announcements. We're going to be doing 3 rounds today. We have B-side matchups here at 11, winners qualification at 1 p.m., and then the B-side qualification at 3 o'clock. Those are going to be the only 3 rounds we do today. The referees looked up to the booth. We've given them the all clear. The players will be approaching the table for the lag momentarily. Should be a very good matchup here. One really proven player and one very much an up-and-coming top female on the WPBA tour. What a lag by Caroline. Wow. Almost froze it to the end rail. We are playing a race to 7 alternate break. The lag is very important whenever you introduce alternating break. That means if you win the lag and the match does go hill-hill, you will have the final break. All right. Caroline approaches the table, and we are about to be underway with the opening break on day number 3. She's hit it very square, looking for the 15 to drop. It's gone a little bit short. She's parked the cue ball in the middle of the table, though, giving Ashley a very good look. Couple different options to choose from. Me personally, I do like the stripes here. The 9 ball is really well placed for a breakout on the 10 and the 7. I think she's going to take care of that relatively quickly. Quite possibly right here. The only thing she has to avoid is not going into the orange 13. She will come away with a shot if she just makes contact with the 10 and the 7. She's missed it. All right, now she's got to figure out how to rework her pattern in order to make it around to the right side of the 13. The 12 ball does have to go first, though. Caroline back up to the table after a tough shot for Ashley. A little bit of a cut on the 5 in the side if she wants it, or she can play the 3 ball all the way down. No real reason to mess with the 2 right now. She's got to find a way to... Is she shooting at the 6 ball? Alright, she's looking to have a little bit of angle here. With where the 11 ball ended up, if she would have been on the right side of the 11, she could have used it to punch over into the 7 and the 10. I think she still might be able to create a little bit of an angle, but you'll have to cheat the pocket. Just like that. Great shot. Alright, now she's going to have a little bit of a task. I don't think she can draw underneath the 10. So she might have to come back up to the middle of the table for the 12, unless she can see it now. I thought the 1 ball might have it, but it appears not. Really nice touch there, using a little bit of outside English to kill the cue ball off the rail. Alright, depending on how flat she is, she can either draw up and out of it, try and contact the 7 off the rail, or she can go 2 rails if she's flat enough but not as straight into the pocket. Let's see what Ashley chooses to do. Looks like she's electing to try and punch at it. Yeah, I figured she would play this cross side. Kind of has to bear down and make it. There's no real good safety option. Alright, Caroline coming to the table. It's very open. She's got a good starter on either the 6 or the 5. Either one is okay as long as that 5 passes that 12 ball. I do believe it does. Might be a little bit tight. Alright, Caroline looking to take care of all the balls down here on this side of the table before floating up for the 4 and the 5, depending on the angle here. Yeah, you might see her go ahead and take the 4. It leads to a really good angle on the 5 and the side. Looks like Carolyn's going to be able to clean up. That's the thing about playing at a level like this is if you're going to try and run out and you're going to start clearing balls off the table and decluttering everything, you really have to make sure that your positional play is good, because if you let your opponent back to the table and there's not as much traffic, it makes it easier for players of a higher caliber to run out. They're already able to do so, so making it easier for them is a little bit less than ideal. Alright, she's a little bit off the rail, but not very much. And nice out there from Caroline to take a 1-0 lead. Alright, Ashley Benoit approaching the table for her first break of this match. Looks like she's electing for a second ball break. The only issue with the second ball break is if you hit it wrong, you could scratch. If you don't put enough draw on the cue ball, that cue ball does like to go one rail cross corner. Unfortunately, that's the result of this one. It also does tend to lead to all of the balls piling up on one side of the table, turning the game into a chess match. I know Ashley is an avid one-pocket player, so I don't think she minds having that mental battle and chess match with any player here. I think she would actually prefer it. It is in the kitchen in the unfortunate circumstance that somebody does scratch on the break. It is not ball in hand anywhere on the table. Nice opening shot there from Caroline. So she's got a chance here. I think she might have liked to roll a little bit forward to be a little bit straighter in on this 4-ball. That 2-ball only has one pocket and is the left side pocket. So she might have to kind of drag out of this shot and try and leave herself an angle for the 2. That's really her only trouble ball of the rack. Maybe it does go down in the bottom right corner. I thought that the 12-ball might have it. The way that she played that tells me she might play the 6 leading to the 2. She's trying to figure out her pattern from here. I do believe it's going to go 5-1-6-2. Do think she wanted to come over a little bit further if the 2-ball went. That was the shot that I think she was electing to play position for. Instead, she's going to have to take on this relatively tough cut on the 6. All right. Ashley is coming to the table. It is pretty open. I believe she's going to start with the 15. I do expect her to run out here. There's no real trouble for her to navigate. She's not gotten everything she wanted out of that cue ball. She wanted to come out a little bit further. She did always have the 14 as a backup plan. Doesn't want to be super straight on this 12. Might have even been better to be below it. That would lead you to your work on the next shot. Just a simple follow shot. Get on the other side for the 10 in the same pocket. Nicely done. Now pocket speed on this with the 8-ball going in the other side. And the score should be all knotted up at 1. How's everybody in the chat doing today? Seems a little quiet for a couple hundred people being in. I see some of the usual suspects as Ashley completes the clearance. Nice run out. I want to take a second to thank all of the sponsors that have helped make this event go as smoothly as possible. We've got ONEIDA Casino and Hotel, J.P. Chower Custom Cues, Olhausen Billiard Products, Town Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Pool Balls, Littman Lights, and Fort Worth Billiard Supplies. Pro Level said chat is great today. Troll free so far. Yeah, hopefully the trolls stay out today, but we'll see. It's always good whenever you're at work and you're getting paid to watch a stream, right? It's one of my favorite things. When I used to weld, I would run a robotic welder, and it would take about 30 minutes per pass. I would just watch podcasts and streams. Well, not so much watch, but I would definitely listen, maybe glance over here and there. All right. Caroline looks like she's moved her cue ball a little bit further left. And she has got the 1 down. Good break. Nothing really tied up. Just needs to make a good opening shot here. I don't mind either set. I think I would prefer the stripes by a small margin, but solids are not bad. Alright. I think she's agreed and is going to take the stripes. The only problem that you run into is the 10, but the 15 leads to shape on the 10. Down here in the bottom right hand corner pocket. She is going to be slightly awkward with her cueing here if she elects to shoot the 13, which is what she was looking at. The 9 allows you a more comfortable bridge and a free cue ball as opposed to bridging over and elongating the bridge over a couple balls. It's more of a player preference. She's hit it well. I'm not sure if she's come away with a shot on the 9 though. She might have to go ahead and take the bailout ball in the 14. In fact, I think that is her only shot. After this, I do believe you'll see her take on the 15 next. She would have liked to be a little bit straighter on it. Doesn't want to come across the table. I believe she would want to hold position for the 10. She can also try and draw to the bottom right side of the table. The 10 will go in the left side pocket after she moves this 15. Oh no, she's missed it. If that 3 ball still clears in the top right corner, Ashley with a really good chance here to run out. The only tricky part, if she has the whole 3 ball, is navigating positional play on the 6 and the 7. Looks like she is going to try and take care of that right now. Really nice shot there by Ashley. She can play this 4 ball if she wants, and she can swing the cue ball a couple rails around to play the 6 in the bottom right hand corner. She might have overrun it a hair. That's okay. I think she's actually landed really well on it. She kind of dropped her hands a little bit after that shot, making me think she might have overhit it, but she's done well. Watch out, scratch. Hopefully she's not hooked. I do believe she'll be okay. Alright, she's queuing at it like she can get after the 1. Playing that shot that way tells me that the 3 is too close to the 15 and doesn't go. She's left Caroline only 1 real shot, and that's the 9 ball, which Caroline was probably hoping to use to break the 15 out, so now she'll have to move it. I think Ashley's plan all along was to put the 1 ball in that corner to either use it for positional play or as a breakout ball, depending on how she falls on it. Once this 9 is moved, I do believe the 3 will go in the side. I think you will see Ashley pull out the jump cue. And that's what she has done. Really doesn't want to move the 1 or the 3. Would rather take on the jump. I cannot say I blame her. She's called it in the top left corner. And she's drilled it. What a shot. She's fallen a little bit on the, actually a lot, on the bottom side. But with her playing as much 1 pocket as I know she does, I wouldn't be surprised if she just kind of thinned off this 1 and tried to put it right back behind it. Caroline might be able to see enough of this 15 to attack it in the side. Alright, Ashley with a really long shot. A lot of blue in front of her. Nothing easy, that's for sure. Nice concentration there. Just make sure you make the ball. I've seen so many players trust these tables, and they have good reason to. The Olhausen crew was in here for 2 straight days, leveling and re-leveling these tables, making sure that they were good. Alright, Ashley with this 8 ball. To go up 2-1, she has broken Caroline's serve. Wimbledon is going on, so if you hear me throw in a tennis reference, just bear with me. Alright, so with where we are at in the bracket, we will have a winner's side round at 1 o'clock. The winners of those matches will automatically advance to stage 2, the final 16 players. The round that we have going on right now, the winners of these matches will play the losers of the 1 o'clock matches. And the winners of the 3 o'clock round will also advance to stage 2, the final 16 of this inaugural Women's World 8-Ball Championship. Check out some scores from around the room. Sophia Mast is up 2-1 on Kennedy Myman on our other featured table. Savannah Easton is down 2-1 to Weiwei on table 4. Chichiro is up 2-1 over Marla on table 3, one of our other stream tables. I think Ashley's broken dry there. And there's not really a whole lot of trouble to navigate in this rack. I do think I like stripes. As long as the 15 passes the 14, which I do believe it does. The 13 definitely goes in this bottom right-hand corner. And the 11 ball leads to the 8. Aubrey, there is a redraw for the final 16. However, there is a caveat. The final 8 on the winner's side will all be stationary, and then the final 8 on the B side will be drawn into those matches. So nobody from the winner's side or the A side will play each other in the first round of the final 16. Alright, she's gotten a little unfortunate here. I think she's kind of welded up to this 6 ball. She did elect to take solids. That could prove to hurt a little bit. The voice of the WPBA, Miss Lonnie Fox-Raymond, is all square with April Larson, the grinder on table 5 at 1 apiece. Shin Mei Lu is trailing 2-0 against Bean. Sarah Rocha is up 2-0 over Wanling Wong. All right. Ashley has missed that ball. I think you'll see Caroline shoot this 6 ball and kind of come back out a little more into the middle of the table to shoot the 2 ball next. Okay, she's going to take care of the 3 ball up table and then come down and deal with everything in this bottom right hand corner after. Can't say I blame her. She should just be able to cut this 6 in the side and play off the top side of that right side long rail. Absolutely, Aubrey. Anything I can do to help. If I know something, I will always share it. If I don't know it, I will do my best to find out. Is she eyeing up the combo? Or can she see the 2? Okay. This rack could turn into a bit of a moving game. Alright, Ashley has moved the 8 ball into a pocketable position. Let's see if Caroline chooses to try and start nudging her balls free. Very tricky shot here on the 6 to do so. Or she can play the 4 and she will go into the 5, I do believe, with how thin the cut is. It looks like that's what she's electing for. Alright, if Ashley can find a way to get down pretty flat on this end rail for the 10. She could use the 14 to break out the 15-5-7. She also, it looks like she's going to use that to take care of the 11 and the 12 right now. The 13 is also there to assist with the breakout. Really nice shot there. She has called it in the corner. Wants to avoid the 8 if possible. That's not the worst miss in the world. I do not believe the 5-7 is lined up. I think she's left a shot on the 15. If she has, that could spell trouble. I think you'll see Ashley just kind of float up to the middle of the table. I don't think she can hold shape. If this 14 goes, it could be very much troublesome. And I think it does. She's gotten down on it quick. All right, I think you'll see her just draw out of this shot. Try and go a little bit above the 8. Just like that. The 9 ball should be next, depending. She might be okay with swinging the cue ball 3 rails around off the 12. If she's fallen a little bit steep on the 9. 1, 2, and 3. Nice shot there. All right, now a couple different ways you can play this. You can play it with top, but you do risk scratching off the 4. All right, nice easy cut shot into the side to take a 3-1 lead over Caroline Powell and be 1 match away from qualification into stage 2. Beautiful out there by Ashley. You will notice we are playing all ball fouls, so some players will wait for the balls to come to rest and then they will assist the referee in clearing the rest of the balls on the table for the referee to rack. Other players, however, which I cannot say I blame them, we have seen fouls called on it before, will not assist the referee at all because they do not want to take the chance of touching a ball before all the balls have come to rest. All right, it will be Caroline Powell to break in rack number 5, trailing 3 games to 1. does appear that it's going to be a dry break. Ashley will approach the table. She's got a couple different options. Personally, if the 10 passes the 3, I like the stripes. If it doesn't, I would take the solids. The 1 ball does lead to position on the 3. It is a tight window. Looks like she agrees. Let's roll forward ever so slightly for the 4 next. Might see her use a little bit of a punch draw stroke here. She's actually got a really good angle to try and get all the way up table for the 3 now. Very nice touchy shot there, electing to play short-sided shape on the 3. She was straight enough on the 1 ball that she didn't have much of an option to get down there otherwise. Great shot there. A little bit out of line, overran it just a hair, but made sure that she pocketed the ball. That was the most important part.
Just a reminder, fans, please silence your phones so you don't disrupt the matches, especially if you're close to the tournament desk.
All right. Used all of the pocket on that one, but has knocked it down 2 balls away from taking a commanding 4-1 lead over Caroline Powell. For those of you who don't know, Ashley did receive the WPBA Rookie of the Year award last year. Oh, man. Unfortunate miss there. All right, Caroline's in a bit of a tricky spot. I do not believe the 10 in the I don't believe the 10 passes the 11. If it does, it's by a slight margin. The 11 definitely doesn't pass the 6. Might see Ashley with a 2-rail kick here. I do like that over the 3-rail down here. I like going to the top right corner on the long rail, short rail, and then back behind everything. What a shot. It's always tricky when you're elevated over a ball. Ashley's done great with it though. Not only did she make a good hit on the 6, but she also pocketed Caroline's 15. I believe you'll see Ashley get the bridge out here. Ideally, she's going to try and kick underneath the 6 at a minimal speed to try and leave the cue ball as close to it as possible. Does have to be cognizant that she plays the 6 ball first and not the rail first. She was trying to kick at it in the top right corner. She's blocked. Caroline's 15 too. Do not believe Ashley can see the edge of this. All right, guys, sorry about that. I had to step into the arena to fix the camera real quick. The players are on a player break real quick. I do believe it was Caroline who took her break. Ashley is up 4-1 in this race to 7. So I will be right back with you all to call the rest of this match in just a moment. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right, guys, and we are back. Ashley has broken dry, I do believe. I do think stripes are the play here with where the 3 ball's located. This could be a very nice get back on track game for Caroline if she can complete the run out. I think I would go ahead and take the 13 now. Seems to be the only other trouble ball. You could either do that or you could drag draw off of the 9 and get back on it. She's electing to go up table and take care of the cluster that she has first. no. That could prove to be a mistake. The combo is always going to be a little bit tougher. The rest of this rack is going to be dictated on whether or not the 6-ball goes in the side. If it doesn't, you might see her play for it right here. Oh, wow. Two uncharacteristic misses by both players. Did seem like Ashley got down and shot that quite quick. She is one of the faster players in this tournament. All right, Carolyn 4 shots away from pulling back within 2. This is on Ashley's break. Really nice shot there. You could see the action on the cue ball. Played that with a loaded up top right or top left cue ball. Looks like she's going to leave the 12 for her out ball. Oh no. Alright, you might see Ashley play this ball rail first using the long rail to kind of help swing it around. That's always the problem. If you don't play it rail first, you risk running into the point. It does appear as though she is playing for the 5. Hopefully she is not hooked. I don't believe she is. Oh no, she's playing for the 6. Alright, she's missed it well. The 13, I do not believe, goes by the 6. So Caroline's got some work to do. You might see her just nudge the 13 up underneath the 6. I wouldn't blame her if she did. She does open herself up to a relatively nasty safety play if she does that. I think you'll see Ashley just kind of nudge this 6. Make sure she gets a rail. Just like that. Caroline's in a really tricky spot. It is tough not to scratch here. I do think she can see the edge of this 13, but yeah, it was going to be tough no matter what. You might see Ashley push this 7 ball towards the 5 and 13, locking Caroline up on the 4. Instead, she's chose to just bank the 4 ball out of harm's way, leaving Caroline froze to the rail. Caroline with a smart play there. Just pushing the 8 ball onto her object ball. I think you'll see Ashley use the 5 to pocket Caroline's 13. What a shot there. You knew one way or the other Caroline was only going to have 1 ball left on the table after Ashley's last shot. Now she has no choice but to kick and make a good hit. The 8 ball's no longer tied up. The 4 ball's hanging in a pocket. I don't quite think this one's going to have the speed. It doesn't. As the kids say, it ain't got no gas in it. All right. You'll see Ashley play the 6. She's going to go into the 13, or she's going to stay above the 13 for the 5. Depends on how she feels. She does have the 4 hanging in the pocket. This time I don't think you'll see her hit this ball as thick as she hit the 3 when it was in the pocket. Needs to travel. All right, I think you'll see her just kind of put the 2 ball down on the rail, hide behind the 5. Just like that, leaving Caroline only 1 option. Caroline has made a good hit. Ashley looking to see if she might be able to pocket this 5. All right, Caroline with a really good opportunity here to pull back within 2. Even if she can't see enough of it to pot it in the side, she does have the corner available. The corner actually plays bigger. I think I would prefer it. If you play it with enough speed, your cue ball will travel off the right long rail back to the middle of the table for the 8, and it's kind of a 2-way shot. You won't leave your opponent much. If you miss, your opponent will have a relatively simple safe one way or the other, depending on where you leave the cue ball. But they will not have a good shot at their pocket. All right, so Ashley is probably going to come off this 2 and try and leave Caroline on the back of the 5 ball, if I had to guess. think she's left Caroline a shot. All right, Caroline's going to have a bank. Or Caroline can also thin off of the 8 and try and leave Ashley behind the 8. I think that's what you're going to see her elect to do. She's left Ashley a piece of the 5. I do believe Ashley has called it in the top, called the 5 in the top right corner. Good effort there. Caroline's missed the 8. She's gotten fortunate. I don't think she's left Ashley a shot on the 5. A shot Ashley could do here is thin off of the 2, pushing the 2 closer to the corner. Oh, she might be able to see the 5. She could. You have to think Ashley's a favorite to win the rack now. Just have to roll this ball in. Don't have to do anything fancy. Good shot there. I do believe Ashley's about to go up 5-1 on Caroline Powell. Got a battle on table 4 as well. Savannah Easton and Weiwei all knotted up at 3. Weiwei is at the table. I'm going to step away for just 1 second. I shall be right back, guys. Caroline Powell to break in rack number 7. Alright guys, I am back. Not quite sure what I missed. Looks like a dry break from Caroline.
Keep it going for the pink dagger. She will move on, and she is now officially in the money. Let's give a nice round of applause for Miss Myman.
Easy. Alright. She is okay. She has taken stripes. I do not blame her. The 3 and the 4 look pretty knotted up on that left long rail. She does appear to be pretty straight in on this 15. However, with how flat she is, she can play it rail first. I think she might be able to make the... Okay. Elected to just untie the 9 and lock Caroline up behind the 1. For those of y'all watching, Sophia Mast has defeated Kennedy Myman. By a score of 7-2. The winners of all of these 11 o'clock matches will be in the money. Alright, Ashley coming back to the table, has a decent shot on the 10 ball. Not sure if she can cut the 12 into the side anymore. I think the 2 ball might have it blocked. That's going to be okay. Caroline still has some work to do with the 3 and the 4. You never want to miss, but if you are going to miss, it's before your opponent's balls get untied. She's not really left a great shot either. The best shot I see is on the 1 ball. Maybe the 5 cuts in the side. I think it does, but nice shot there by Ashley. Unfortunately, I don't think she's going to come away with anything. She has kind of ended up in no man's land. She might be able to see enough of the 9 to make it. Played that shot very well. She is going to be elevated over the 6 ball for the 10 here. This is one that you don't want to try and do anything fancy with. You just want to make the ball. Well done there. Now she might play the 11 in the side from here. I wouldn't blame her if she did. I think that's what she's doing. You can just roll forward a touch for shape on the 12 in the corner. She elected to play the 12 now. Squeaked it by. Alright. She's actually got a really nice angle here. She's going to go into the 8 off of the 11. Want to hit the 8 full. Stop your cue ball and leave the 8 on the bottom rail. She has called the kick. She's going to have to go wide and try and spin the cue ball back. All right, Carolyn with a good opportunity here. No trouble balls. The hardest ball on the table, I do believe, is going to be the 3, which is relatively easy to get to off the 4. All right, Caroline is off and running. She would like to be off the rail for this shot, but she has enough angle that she can play the cue ball almost any way she wants to. Come up a little bit short on that one. Cutting the 5 ball back into a blind pocket. You just have to bear down and make it, though. It comes with natural shape for the 1. Oh man, used all of the pocket there. Ashley coming to the table with a chance I don't think she was going to get. I don't think she thought she was going to get. This is one of those that I'm playing it at pocket speed. That way if I miss it, I'm leaving the 15 in the pocket. Needs it to slow down. Alright, Caroline coming to the table. Just has to knock down the 1. The 8's hanging for her. into rack number 8. It will be Ashley Benoit to break. Neither player has had much luck on the break. Breaking from the side, going at a second ball break, looking for the 13 to drop in this bottom right hand corner. Alright, Caroline is electing to play the stripes. This is not the easiest opener with a bridge, but I do believe she'll be fine.
I want to give one round of applause over here for our competitor who just got knocked out, Shin Mei Liu, world champion over here.
Alright. The only trouble ball that I see is the 15 right now, but it's easily taken care of. As soon as you move the 14, it goes down in this bottom right hand corner. I think you'll see Caroline play for the 10, the 13, then the 14. She's just going to roll up forward. The 15 also goes in the left side pocket. Good speed on that one. She can honestly just play a stop shot on this 14. The 15 to the side does lead to the 11 in the top left-hand corner. She's going to play the 11 or the 15 in the top left instead. The 7 ball is there to stop the cue ball. She just has to go into it with a little bit of pace. She might be a little too thin on the 15 to use the 7 to stop it. If that's the case, she might be in a little bit of trouble, but I think she's going to be okay. It looks like she's cutting it in the side to use the 7 instead. Oh no. Okay. She was able to go into the 7 pretty full. She's done well. I don't think the 7's blocked the side pocket for the 8 ball. I do think we'll see her play this cue ball 1 rail to play the 8 ball down here in the bottom right hand corner. Oh, that could prove to be big. I think you're going to see Ashley just come behind the 3 and the 4 off the 6. All right. Kind of curious to see the pattern that Ashley chooses here. Looks like she's going to take the 2 and try and bump the 3 and the 11. She's going to be just fine. The 11 ball obviously does not go past the 3, and she can always try to get to the bottom side. Caroline with a little bit easier of a kick. Jude, there is no 3 foul rule. Ashley's got kind of a free swing here. The only way the 11 ball goes is cross side. Nice shot there by Ashley. Good defensive shot. You might see Caroline just move the 3 ball away from the 4 and 11, taking an intentional foul. Problem is the 7 ball is still there.
Nice round of applause for April Larson. Let's keep it going for the voice of the WPBA, Lonnie Fox Raymond.
All right. April Larson takes down everyone's favorite commentator on the WPBA, Miss Lonnie Fox Raymond. All right, Ashley's just going to nudge the 4 into the 11, creating distance, leaving her locked onto the 4. Smart shot. I do believe that the 1 rail kick is available. I don't think the 5 is in the way. Jude, you're welcome. I do think the 7 is blocking the potting angle on the 1 rail kick for the 11. Right. Ashley might be looking to go forward a little bit. No? Okay. Thought she might have to go forward a little bit to give herself a better angle on the 4, but she was clear of the 11. think we'll see her go 3, 5, 1, 8. 3 in the bottom left, 5 in the top left, 1 probably in the bottom right. Wow, a very weird sequence of events with the last couple shots. Apologize, I had to confer with Kyle, who is the owner of X-Pool, but Ashley misses a relatively easy 1 ball and then leaves Caroline the out, and Caroline elects to try and play 3-rail shape and hooks herself behind the 1, the only spot on the table where she can't see the 8. I think you'll see Ashley thin off this 1 and try and leave her behind it again. She's done just that. I do not believe Caroline can see any piece of this 8 ball. Looks like the Roadrunner is trailing 5-4, but breaking against Weiwei. Trying to keep an eye on that. All right, Caroline looks like she's electing to play the 2-rail kick. That is going to be ball in hand for Ashley. All right. 1 8 ball away from getting to the hill. Ashley Benoit takes a 6-2 lead and is the first to the hill against Caroline Powell. Jerry, I will be sure to tell her the compliment that you gave right after the match is done. All right, Caroline Caroline Powell to the table to break in rack number 9. Looks like it might be coming up dry. We do have a cluster. The 15 and 13 are tied up with the 2. There's not really a great opening shot. Maybe the 9 in the side. I do believe stripes are the play. She elected to go with, I think she elected to go with solids, and maybe was hooked. Caroline tried to break out the 2 ball right there. It was a nice attempt. Running into that much traffic that close to the rail, though, makes it a little bit more difficult. The balls come right back at you and normally just end up kissing whatever ball you used back your way. Ashley might go ahead and take on this 13. This might be her best opportunity of the rack to take care of it. Maybe she's trying to dig into this ball. Might see her bank this 11 ball cross corner underneath the 2. Not necessarily trying to make it, but definitely trying to hang it up. Really nice defensive shot there. Carolyn with a nice hit there. She's eyeing this up like she can make the 11. I thought it might be too close to the 2, but okay, she might just be locking her up behind the 8, yeah. Really didn't want that 9 to not be pocketable past the 1. Ashley looking to back cut this 13 ball all the way in the top right corner pocket. Not the worst result in the world. The 2 ball does not go into the bottom left-hand corner pocket. You can follow the ball in. It is a little bit tougher. It's easier when the 11 is deep in the pocket. All right. Nice shot there by Caroline to take control of the table. Ashley has to come with a relatively tough shot on this 12. Very long and on the rail. I think she's gotten relatively fortunate. The 3 ball might be pocketable. I don't think the 13 is blocking it. All right. Looks like she's looking to draw off this 2 ball up the left side long rail, just like that. She'll probably look at the 4 next. I do think with the angle that she has, she might be running into the 9, and that would be a little less than ideal. All right, she was able to draw out of the kiss on the 9. Now you'll see her play the 5 ball in the side pocket, probably going forward and coming off the rail if she's not straight in. Just like that. Leaving herself nice position on the 4 to come back for the 8. I believe she'll play it in the bottom left-hand corner. All right. An 8 ball away from pulling within 3. Oh no. All right. Ashley coming back to the table, looking to close out the match. She's looking at where she needs to be to roll forward on the 13 to play the 9 in the top right-hand corner pocket. I do believe she's got the right angle. She actually might be able to drop down in between the 8 and the 9, which would be ideal. All right, Ashley with an easy 8-ball to close out the match and advance into the money. And there it is. It has been a pleasure to call this match. Caroline Powell and Ashley Benoit, both amazing shooters. One more time, just want to say thanks to all the sponsors. Got ONEIDA Casino and Hotel, J. Peach Hour Custom Cues, Olhausen Billiard Products, Town Billiard Products, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Billiard Balls, Littman Lights, and Fort Worth Billiard Supply. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to be ending this stream but starting a new one within the next 5 minutes for our next featured match, which is going to be between Kelly Fisher and Christina Zlateva. We will be right back.